Lamellar armor is a type of early body armor made from small rectangular plates of iron, leather, or bronze laced into horizontal rows. Lamellar armor was used over a wide range of time periods in Eastern Europe, the Middle East and across Asia, including Japan. Lamellar armor is one of three early body types, the other two being scale armor and laminar armor. Description: lamellar armor consists of small platelets known as lamellae, which are punched and laced together, typically in horizontal rows. Lamellae can be made of metal, leather, cuir, horn, stone, bone or more exotic substances. Metal lamellae may be lacquered to resist corrosion or for decoration. Unlike scale armor, which it resembles, lamellar armor is not attached to a cloth or leather backing. In the Orient, lamellar armor eventually overtook scale armor in popularity as lamella restricted the user's movements much less than scale armor. Use and history: lamellar armor was often worn as augmentation to existing armor, such as over a male hauberk. The lamellar cuirass was especially popular with the Rus, as well as Mongols, Turks, Avars, and other steppe peoples, as it was simple to create and maintain. Lamellar is pictured in many historical sources on Byzantine warriors, especially heavy cavalry. It is thought that it was worn to create a more deflective surface to the rider's armor, thus allowing blades to skim over, rather than strike and pierce. Recent studies by Timothy Dawson of the University of New England, Australia, suggest that Byzantine lamellar armor was significantly superior to male armor. Lamellar armor has been found in Egypt in a 17th century BC context. Sumerian and ancient Egyptian bas-reliefs depicting soldiers have been argued as portraying the earliest examples of lamellar armor, particularly on chariot drivers. But it is not until the time of the Assyrians that possible examples of lamellar appear in the archaeological record. Among finds of Assyrian armor, there are examples that can clearly be classified as scale armor as well as others that appear to be lamellar, and there exist a large number of finds whose function has proven difficult to determine. The extent to which either type was used is a debated topic. Lamellar was used by various cultures from this time up through the 16th century. Lamellar armor is generally associated with the armor worn by the samurai class of feudal Japan, although it came to Japan from Korea. Lamellar armor is also associated with Mongolia, Eastern Russia, disambiguation needed, the tribes of Siberia and the Sarmatians. Evidence of lamellar armor has also been found in various European countries. Japanese lamellar armor. Lamellar armor reached Japan around the 5th century. The pre-samurai Japanese lamellar armor was called keiko. These early Japanese lamellar armor took the form of a sleeveless jacket and a helmet. The middle of the Heian period was when Japanese lamellar armor started to take the shape that would be associated with samurai armor. By the late Heian period, Japanese lamellar armor developed into full-fledged samurai armor called oyowa. Japanese lamellar armor were made from hundreds or even thousands of individual leather and/or iron scales, lamellae known as kazane, that were lacquered and laced together into armor strips. This was a very time-consuming process. The two most common types of scales which made up the Japanese lamellar armor were honkazane, which were constructed from narrow or small scales, lamellae, and honiozuna, which were constructed from wider scales, lamellae.